Hi everybody, welcome to TANQ Global. It's Ryan here and thank you very much for coming and watching the video. But what we have for you today is, well, something special. How special? Well, we'd like to speak to all of you out there watching, and well, we have one thing. We would like you to, well, first off, we'd like you to, as we say, imagine. And as you imagine, well, what are you actually imagining about? Well, I'd like you to think about a time when, well, you were into something exciting. For some of you dads out there, it could be maybe sports, or maybe like a book, or cars, for example. For all of you moms out there, possibly it could be the same thing. Reading a book, or maybe even getting into cooking. Or if some of you will like to study, maybe studying for some reason. But when you do something that you're really into, think about it. When was the last time? And if you think about when was actually the last time that actually, well, your children did something that they were really into, right? You all had that moment and they could not stop. And maybe it was something like sports. Maybe it was maybe soccer, or maybe softball, or it could have been something else. Maybe it wasn't sports. It could have been like dance, or maybe more on the artistic side, like, well, painting. Or it could also be, some of you parents out there, you like, let's see, driving, or maybe you have that passion for even traveling. And some of you maybe just like to relax, but you can spend hours, if not days, maybe months, about maybe just relaxing, having a good book, enjoying a coffee. And some of you may also enjoy movies, or maybe just watching videos, right? I think some of your kids like to just watch videos. They could watch like YouTube forever. And some of you, maybe more so, maybe the boys, but maybe some girls, maybe also like, for example, playing video games, right? And some of you are also wondering, right, why do we get so into something? Right? And some of you are thinking, maybe it's because of this, or possibly it could be maybe because of something else. But when we think about when we get into something, we get lost in it. And maybe one of the reasons is because of this. Right? When you encounter something that, well, you love, whatever it may be, you find something that you like. And we say here at TANQ Global, it's like that spark. Yes, that spark that just ignites. And we don't know, right? But if I could ask all of you a question out there, what if? What if you could be into something so much that you would just, well, not forget about everything else, but you could get into something, right? And, well, we actually kind of found something for you, well, not only you, but also your children, is that we have this idea, a mission, well, and kind of a vision. It's an idea, basically. And our idea that we have here is, well, something that we would like to share with you. Is that okay? That we'd like to share with you that idea. And this idea we have is this. Yes. We call it Ignite Your Heart with Wonder. Igniting your heart with wonder is not just simply lighting a fire, but finding that feeling and emotion of something that you're really into, and then we can, well, of course, get you more into it. Something that you have that deep wonder and emotion about, something about that, well, you can't explain, but you're just into that one thing. But the question is, well, how, right? How are you gonna do that? How are we gonna do that here? Why are we here today? Well, we would like to tell you that it's one way, which is this. We call it a learning design. Yes, well, learning design. Well, isn't learning just something simple? No, it's actually, well, we'll say complicated, but we'll make it easy for you here today, because we have what we call is an encounter at the top, right? You get into many different encounters from everywhere and from wherever you go. It could be at a supermarket, it could be actually going to the mall, going with your kids and seeing something. And it could also be, for example, well, encounter connects what we say to what we say is immersion. And that immersion is it connects to what we say is self-learning. But don't worry, we won't go into that much details. Well, we link all of these together here. But what we're going to do for you is, well, explain that encounter step, which is this. Yes, that encounter. There's so many things of encounter. We have wonder and emotion and so many different things about people, topics, and even like, well, animals, different concepts of different things, living things. But how do we actually do that is, well, you have that opportunity to, well, see for yourself. You know, and the picture you see behind me, is the world actually that small, right? And many of you may not be interested in it, but some of you who maybe, you can see that, well, it kind of puts things into perspectives, but when you find that encounter, you wonder, is that the only thing? Possibly. But for the children out there, you may be thinking, aha, I got it. There's something else I kind of found about it, but what do I do next? Well, we introduce you with that step here because that wonder, of course, is not only about, well, science, the universe, or the math, or maybe different people, but it's also how we connect that encounter to, well, we have immersions. Immersion? Isn't that for like going to like a school? Well, it's kind of typically the same idea, but it's kind of more, well, we'll say fun in our way that we do it. So you fully immerse yourself into something from that encounter, and it's not just on the surface, it's much deeper. You do it by, well, yes, we'll say 5 different senses that you have, right? We all have that 5 senses. You guys all know that. I don't have to explain that. So you try things and you see it and you feel it. You can't always necessarily taste it, but when you do, what happens is, aha, yes. You have that aha moment, right? You all have that aha moment. And then that aha moment takes you into what we call is self-learning. And the self-learning, well, takes you from not only that aha moment, but it takes you into, well, things that you may get more and more and more interested into. And you take those steps by yourself. But not only that is, well, you find ways, especially children, and maybe you as well, you thought about that one time you got into something like, I wonder if I could, and then what if I found something about this? So we find that children have that all encompass and we figure all of that together, and then all starts what we say at the top is, yes, encounter. And that encounter and all of this is all connected, as we say here at TANQ Global, we ignite your heart with wonder, yes. So, wait a minute, okay, so you tell me all of this, but, well, what are we going to do and how do we get to do this? Well, we have actually something for you and your family and your children. How can you, well, kind of get this ignite your heart with wonder? We have what we call is an academy. Yes, academy, so it's school? No, it's nothing like school, nothing like that at all. Well, we like to say that this academy, of course, is something that we have, well, full of, as we explained, encounters. But encounters is not just for, well, it's for everyone and everyone out there. But how do we, of course, we've been mentioning it, is, well, it's, well, about wonder. Yes. So we wonder about many things. We wonder about things. For example, I talked about, right? Talked about like space and the galaxy or different things out there. Also, well, living things. All of you maybe like living things. It could be even cats and dogs and even insects. And not only that, we talk about things, well, some of you may think it's a little boring, but we encounter it in a different way. Yes. Not only that, some of you may be more the artistic type. For example, you remember, well, maybe if you remember, you know, Gaudi. And when we connect this, we make, well, we'll say courses for now, but we make learning design experiences full of things that have wonder. Yes, people of wonder. Not just, okay, he's this person, he's born on this day, he did this and this and so and so. But we take you through that whole process of wonder, full of wonder. But not only that, well, as I talk about people, so it's a people class? No, because we connect it with other things. For example, like colors and different encounters that all of you can have here is packed into one, we'll say one term, as we say. And that course, of course, is very fun for you. And how do we do it? How? All of you are wondering, right? How are we gonna do it? And we have this exclusive way that we do it for all of you out there, which we found is the best, well, one of the best ways that we know how, and it's through basically this. Yes, and how do we actually do it here? Well, we can see that we do it, for example, in a way like this. And in those places we see, yes, the mysteries unraveling about nature. And the nature is quite mysterious because, well, some of you have never been here before or been to the depths, maybe of the ocean or even our Earth. That hot place is not just hot for no reason, but all of you do wonder, why does that actually happen? As many of you are wondering, and all of you have kind of these questions like how, and you know, what do we actually do in the lesson itself? Well, it's not just about a movie-like experience. Well, we ask you questions, for example, why is the sky blue? Okay, I kind of thought about that, but I don't. Or the sky is this color, but sometimes it's actually this color. And then if we talk about living things or things about, for example, nature, I know a bee. It hurts when it stings. But have any of you ever wondered, right? Why is a beehive a hexagon? Oh, that's right. I've never really thought about it. So we ask you these questions. Even some of you out there are like, I've never really thought about that. So give you the opportunity, of course, to try things, experiment on your own. And those feelings, of course, we give you an introduction, for example, through things like this. Yes. So what I'm actually doing here, well, of course, we like to show you how we do things in some of our videos, but real videos. It's not fake people, it's just me, and we show you, of course, part of the lesson is to experience that, I've never seen that before. Maybe I want to try it. So those feelings and emotions that you get from these type of experiments that we do gives you that encounter and wonder, wait, how do they actually do that? Or is something that they're doing in this video actually true? And while it is true, in some part, we kind of see that, well, without actually trying it ourselves, we won't really know, well, if it actually works. So that wonder, we give you an idea of, if we were in that days and were to think about this kind of idea, you can see behind me, would something like that really work? Or have I really thought about something like this happening like this? So we can kind of see, right? I can see that something like that actually does happen. But as you can see behind me, that's not the only thing, because even on camera we do things like break an egg challenge. Yes. Or we talk about Gaudi, right? Gaudi or non-Gaudi. But especially what's important is your interaction in the lesson. So we do something that we call is a breakout room. Yes, a breakout room. Like in like Zoom online, yes, you go into different rooms and you can discuss more with everyone. So it's really interactive. And you can hear about other students, you know, they can chat, they can speak, gesture, sing, and dance. But what are we going to be doing for you, especially for all of you out there who are wondering, right, how do I get into this wonderful world, you know, of wonder, and how can we encounter all of this here? We'd like to introduce to you that we're going to be doing we call this the other world of wonder. Yes. All of you are excited, yes? And what we're going to be doing, of course, what's in this course, and this, you know, we're going to be doing it for 3 months, is, well, we're going to begin what we say is the other world of creators. Yes. And as we see here, we would like to leave you with this. As we encounter different things, we don't know where it's going to show up, but we would like to invite all of you to take a part in this here at TANQ Global. Hello everyone, Ryan here. I'm going to take you on a journey. Come on! Mysteries of the universe! Wow! Did you see that? Yeah, woo, woo, woo. See? Yes. The mysteries unraveling about nature. 3, 2, 1. Hope to see all of you soon. Thank you and thank you Global, and see you in the lesson.